I've already measured the width of the switch. Here's my, or switch, I keep saying switch. It's a button, okay? Button. So it's like an, about 5/8 thick here. So instead of like buying a 5/8 bit, I buy these weird looking bits. I don't know what they're called. You can fill me in if you really want. So on this type of bit, there is measurements along the whole bit. So it starts out small, gets larger. If you spend some good money on one of these, they will last you a long time, and they do a really good job in a big time saver. Oh, it's a Civic. Yeah, I'm gonna just drill it out till it's 5/8, try and squeak it in, and then wire it up, and it should be good to go. Cool, there's a bunch of stuff everywhere for John to clean up, or Dave. John's his twin. Hey John, how's it going, bud? Okay, I'm gonna have to see which level I went to because I was too busy filming to care. I need a tape measure. All right. Ooh, yeah. Okay. I'm just gonna see if she's gonna fit. I need to feed it through. So let me look at, I've already wired this up to try it. So the solid red is to this single white power. I'm gonna remember that and then deal with it after. So how I wired it is, this has a LED light underneath it, so when it has power it lets me know. So it has a positive and a negative terminal. So you wire up, if you want the LED to work when it has power, you have to wire up the power to the positive and to the other side of the switch if you're sending a switch positive. So right now I'm running, it's very hard to see, but the left one is a positive, and that will illuminate the front once if it gets any power. Then the right one's ground, so that one just goes to the chassis wherever. This cord right here, so to that right one. And then the positive on the left, I branched it to the bottom post on the switch, and that is giving power to that. And when the button is depressed, it's giving the connection to the top one, so then it feeds the power through there. Again, I'll say it. Positive to the left, I bridged it to here, and then this right one is the chassis ground, and this one is where you want your power to go through from the switch. Measuring her up. Damn, I think I nailed it right on the money right away. We'll see, I'll try and fit her in. So she's all wired up. This is the first attempt at fitting, and it's too small. No, I gotta re-drill it. Damn. Okay, getting her in there. Boom. It's looking sick. I've got a whole bunch of chipping paint here because I've got my master cylinder reservoir inside for my brakes system. Don't ask questions, that's just how I do things so I can see while I'm driving. Anyways, that's where she's gonna sit, and I'll tighten up this lock nut on the back, and then it's pretty much done other than wiring. I'll show you that. Also, when I do stuff like this, I usually put black liquid electrical tape. I've never been told to use it, but I use it just in case if it accidentally hits my dash, because my dash is steel. Also, it could easily get touched on something underneath the dash, whatever. So I do that on the positive just to make sure. Alright, so I just gotta feed these wires through this nut, and then push her through, and then tighten her in. Actually, I changed my mind. I'm gonna do the wiring before I put the momentary button. That's what it's technically called, momentary button. So like you press it and it comes out. It doesn't click in or whatever. You press it, and when you let go, it's depressed. Anyways, I'm gonna do the wiring before I put it in, because I don't know, that was a stupid idea to put it in first, but yeah, I'll wire it up and then we'll get her back. Okay, like I said before, long one is the ground to the chassis. Red one is the positive from this switch, which is the ignition for my rear engine. Actually, the ECU power. Anyways, and then, okay, so that's the red one, and then this black one is for my other side of the switch, and this goes to the line lock, this guy right here. So I've got the wires right here. So this one, I already cut off my old one. So this one's the power one, gets wired to the red, and this one is wired to the line lock. Sorry, stuttered there. This one's wired to the line lock, and this purple wire is my light. So when my line lock is activated, my light turns on. So I have a light. So once this is all done, I should have a light for when it's armed, as in I press the button, it should make the system activate. Then once the system is activated, it will illuminate this LED. Let's see if it'll work. Okay, now it's time to put some sauce onto said switch wires. Get some sauce on them boys, on these boys right here. What I always do is just get a little bit of solder on each end of each wire, even the other end, just to get it heated right up and get the solder melted in there really good. And I do that to the other side of the wire too that I'm attaching to. Yo, okay, yeah, I was waiting a bit because I had a video uploading on my phone. So to get service on my phone, I have to put my phone on the back of my car outside. And I was looking at the extension cord there because my phone was nearly dead from doing so much editing today. So I had it on the back of my car with the extension cord, so I didn't have my extension cord to do my wiring. So I just literally stared at the walls for freaking 20 minutes, but played with my dog and whatever. But yeah, I'm back, gonna wire this puppy in. Honestly, that was the dumbest thing I've ever done in my life. So I wired it up. You can see that in the time lapse. I wired it up in here to there. How do you get the switch in? Well, the momentary button into a hole that has a flange that's over top with the wiring in. You can't. So I had to cut it open. Now I have to do the wiring from the back like I was originally gonna do. But for some reason I forgot that that's just how you have to do it. So you have to install the switch first, or at least get the wiring through the hole and then solder it. Because I was soldering out of the hole. You need to bring the wiring through the hole and then connect the wires, then you can put it in. And you also have to have the nuts or whatever on to hold the button on. If it's just a button, this one is a button with a nut on the back, so you have to have that on the wires as well, or you have to redo it all. Okay, rewiring I go. Okay, I got her wired up. I'm gonna test it out real quick. As I've said before, should leave my light on. Shit. Okay, got her wired up. I'm gonna give her a try and see how it works. So as I said before, I need to have the rear engine ignition on. So this is the rear ignition panel. This is the front engine ignition panel. So each have their own start buttons, ignitions. So the first, I'm not gonna get into what they do actually. No, that's for me. So when my first switch is on, like I said, this switch, which is my line lock, illuminates, telling me that there's power there. And then if I wired it right, once I press that button, that light will turn on. And I can hear the line lock turning on, so everything's working. I'm actually stoked on that. It's a very nice button. So it's a momentary button. So once you let go, it's off. On, let go, off. Sweet. So the system is for when you're doing a burnout in a standard car.
or an automatic car. But I feel like it's more optimal for a standard car in my situation, but it's good for both automatic and standard. So when you get on the clutch with your left foot and the throttle with your right foot, and you want to drop the clutch and not move. So say it's a rear-wheel drive car and you want to burn the back tires. So you push the clutch in without, if you say you didn't have line lock, push the clutch in, get on the throttle, drop the clutch, and then the back tires will spin. But since you don't have any braking power to the front, it will push you forward. Unless you're really quick onto the brake and you just stomp on the brake, and that's just shit, in my opinion. But anyways, the line lock is plumbed into your braking system. So here's mine. This is my brake system from the master. So it comes out of the master cylinder into the Hirsch line lock and then out. One to the right wheel, one to the left front wheel. So I just have mine plumbed up for the back, but it also has an option that I could come out of here and go to the rear as well. But I don't want it. I don't want that at this point. I just want it for burnouts and all that. Because if you lock up both front and back, it's not helping you for a burnout. Anyways, so this module, once it sees power, it locks the pressure. So you push on the brake like normal, push on the button, then it locks all the pressure that's behind and in the line. So it locks the pressure from here to there. So it locks your front wheels, okay? And then you can get your foot off the brake, but you have to hold the button. And you can get off the brake while holding the button, get your foot on the gas, and your front wheels are locked. So, and then you can feather the gas however you want, no pressure, just easy. Drop the clutch, and your car will not move. I could do a burnout right here and not move an inch because the line lock in the front is holding the wheels locked. But you just have to keep your finger on the button. So when I really liked it for drag racing because I need to do a front wheel drive burnout and then I do a rear wheel drive burnout. So when I do a front wheel drive burnout, I pull my hydraulic e-brake right here. I don't know if you're able to see, it's very dark in here, but this guy, I pull on this, and this is just for the rear. That's something else I'll get into later. But yeah, I'll pull the brake and it's locking the back ones. I burn the front, then I inch forward, get into the water and the back wheels, line lock, burn the tires in the water box, then move up and then do it in the drive and heat up the tires. So that's what I installed it for, and it works great. It's a great system. It's a lot of fun. It's fairly affordable. You can get cheaper ones. Mine was about 300 bucks. I don't really screw around with cheaper stuff anymore, especially when it's important for racing, because I've been down the road so many times at the track and having things fail, and I'm starting to get sick of that. So there's a few things I've done that are really nice. Like all my brakes are Wilwood. My clutches are Wilwood. I have 2 master cylinders for my clutches. I'll get into that later. Anyways, that's how the system works, and it works great. I'll just give you a quick demo on how you would do a burnout. Okay, I've originally told you that this button is wired to this switch. So when this switch is on, it gets power. As you can see, it's not working right now. And that's obvious because it's wired to my switch in the back, because I don't want it armed all the time. So once I start up my rear engine, just starting up. Now the button is illuminated, and once I press the button, it'll illuminate this one, telling the line lock that it's armed. So when that red light is on, the front wheels or the solenoid is getting power and it's locking the pressure, whatever pressure's there. So you get to choose the pressure, which is also cool, with the brake pedal. So there's my brake pedal. Say I wanted to just lock the front wheels solid and burn the backs. So what I would do is press hard on the brake, like not like stomping on it, like just press firmly on the brake, like so, then press the button. And when I let go, the pressure stays. So I can be on the gas and clutch. The car's not moving. See, I'm not moving. The car's not moving. But yeah, and then let off when you're done said burnout. Yeah, it's a great system. Like I
I love it. It's such a nice feature to have rather than dropping the clutch, getting on the brake as soon as you can. It's just so easy. So anyways, that's I sorry, I forgot you on the light. Yeah, that's line lock. That's how I run my car. And later today, John's coming. I've got a surprise for him. And that surprise is we're gonna go for a rip in my car. All right, we'll catch you later.